Back in January in 2021, a show started that I didn't think I'd get into. The Owl House. And normally I don't do videos like this, but I wanted a chance to explain why I like the Owl House so much, and specifically why I think I can relate to Luz Noceda, main character. So, to actually understand that, you're gonna have to hear a bit about what it was like for me in starting like high school and stuff like that. When I was in about 5th grade, this was when me and Aiden and Logan, we were all still friends and stuff. We are still friends. I don't know why I said it like that. Like, we were friends at the time. And we were in the Athol schools. And we were bullied a lot. Because we were different from everyone else. We acted differently, we did things differently, stuff like that. We were weird. It never minded us that much, but over time, especially around 7th grade, which is when the Owl House was going, that's when it started getting to me on why being different from everyone else was so bad. Why liking different things, doing things differently, why it was all bad. I didn't understand it. Then, shortly after season 1 of The Owl House ended, I saw the episode Enchanting Prom Fright, because one of my siblings wanted to show it to me, because they said, hey, you might like this show. So I watched it. I heard a few things about it before that, but it wasn't a show I ever thought I'd get into. I started watching it. I was very confused the whole episode. I didn't understand what was happening. It was this episode. You guys, it's one of the most popular episodes of the whole show. It was like a weird version of prom, and I didn't know any of the characters. I didn't understand what was happening. And people were drawing circles in the air and shooting fire. So, that was weird. But, shortly after that episode happened, this was during when I was doing online school, and I didn't have much to watch at the time, and most of my favorite shows weren't going at the time. They were either on a break, or most of the shows I like now weren't even out by that time. Or, correction, I didn't know about them. So, after I saw that there was going to be a season 2 of The Owl House, I was like, hey, why don't I just start watching it? So I booted up my Disney Plus, and I started watching it. I got to episode 4, I think. The one where Luz first does magic, and I quickly started liking the show. And one of the main reasons why was within the first episode, Luz started to address the questions that I had in my mind at that time. Why being different was weird. Or bad, per se. And the lines like, so you have a different way of seeing things, a different way of doing things. Or, I swapped those around. Luz's line in episode 1, she was talking to these people that got arrested for being different, because the Emperor's Covens are dicks. And she was like, so you have a different way of doing things, a different way of seeing things, that may make you weird, but it also makes you awesome, in that I thought about that. I was like, that started giving me the sense of everyone that's the same are boring. People that are like everyone else are boring. They all like the same things, do the same things, judge everyone for the same things. They're dicks. Especially popular kids. Popular kids are so mean. So then I was thinking about it like, this show is for me. And especially the line, us weirdos have to stick together, has literally stuck with me. Like, it's been in my mind for so long, and I'm thinking like, I'm thinking, like, why do people hate people for being different? And then I realized that doesn't matter. Us weirdos have to stick together, in my mind, was telling me, if you find people that are more like you and different from everyone else, those are your people. And then thinking about it, I knew Aiden, I knew Logan. By that time, I knew my friend Six, and a lot of other people that others can judge a lot. Like Aiden used to be judged a lot for the kind of things that he likes or the way he acts, which half of them aren't even his fault, by the way. So there's that too. And I actually told Aiden about this, and Aiden also got a little bit into the show. And I'm thinking, wow, this show was a lot better than I thought it was. Watched more, got to the finale. They brought up the weirdos thing again, and I loved it. I loved it so much. Then I waited for season 2, and then season 2 started. It was great. It was going great. Yes, and then I watched it every week up until Yesterday's Lie, which was an episode that greatly broke Luce's character. Not in a bad way, but like emotionally. And I watched... That was it, actually. Then I had nothing to watch. I started watching Dragon Ball. Not started. Like, I watched it again. Until Season 2B started, which is was the second half, which I think, I want to say started in, like, October? Or maybe that's when King's Tide came out. That's when Thanks to Them came out. Never mind, I'm an idiot. In 2022, Season 2B started. And I was watching through it. All the episodes were so great. And then they started mentioning this kid, the Collector. And I was like, Demon Child. He wasn't a demon, though. He was a star person. And he's basically Bill Cipher, but better, because he is good. I like him more than Bill Cipher. You get the evil Dorito and the child that is super cute and funny. I like the child more. But after season 2 ended, I've never cried at a show before, but I came this close to crying at King's Tide because of the end of it. And then the show was gone until October, which was 3 or 4 months after King's Tide, I want to say. Thanks to Them came out. Watched that episode day of. It was very sad. Not very sad. It was sad at the end because Bird died. Then 3 months later, For the Future came out. That is one of my favorites. I have 3 favorite episodes. Hollow Mind, For the Future, Watching and Dreaming. Watching and Dreaming is my all-time favorite. And then yeah, just yesterday, Watching and Dreaming came out, which I did not watch it the day of. I watched it this morning. And like I just mentioned, I have never cried at a show, but that changed. I cried twice. I cried the tiniest bit when Luce died. I forgot to say spoilers. I'm gonna put that in the name of the video. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So when Luce died, it was sad. Very sad. And then I got so happy, so hype when Luce came back with Titan powers. Titan magic, using glyphs, making spell circles. When Luce went to make a spell circle and Ida grabbed her hand and told her what to do, It was so cool. And then Lucy and King had the best, like the biggest smiles on their face when they went like, wah! Their little scream. And then, arguably something that got me the most excited is Belos possessing the Titan. It didn't do it the way I thought it would. Not at all. I'm happy they didn't do it the way I thought they would, because I thought if Belos was going to possess the Titan, the whole thing would start moving, but that would involve literally everyone falling off and dying. So it didn't work in my mind. But he progressively started moving it, and the goal was to defeat him before he actually did. Which, he came out as they were fighting something, because Belos also was this big monster. Like, while he was possessing the Titan, he was also this huge monster. Yeah. And it was awesome. Like, it was amazing. And now, the show's over. I want to get a poster or something to, like, put on my wall to represent the show. I have so many posters on my wall. I have a Kingdom Hearts 1, a Spider-Verse 1, Cobra Kai, another Kingdom Hearts 1, Marvel, Cobra Kai times 2. I want to get an Outlaws one so bad. Preferably the Watching and Dreaming poster. That poster is so cool. It's so pretty. So yeah. The show's over, and at the end of the episode, Luce thanked them and, like, put her hand out and was like, weirdos. And they all said weirdos, and I feel like that's something me and Logan would do. Me and Logan would go up to each other and put our hands up and be like, weirdos? Weirdos? Yes. Always. We are weirdos. And that's why I liked the show so much. Now on to the other part of this video, which is why I think I can relate to the character of Luz Noceda. Like I mentioned earlier, I still am considered weird, a weird person. People bully me for it. I don't care anymore. Keyword is anymore though. I used to care about it. I didn't tell the people at the school I cared about it, because that would encourage them to do it more. Which if someone tries to bully you, don't react to it. Reacting to it is what makes them want to do it. But when I was home, like talking to my friends, I was like, these people are dicks. And Luce, the character of Luce in the human realm, she's considered weird, she's considered an outcast. Things like that. And to me, it was like, wow, this character is kind of like going through the same thing as me. And because of that, I thought it was cool. And that's why I ended up liking the show a lot, is one of the main reasons, because of the fact that I could relate to the main character. And she was a very funny person, like a very goofy person. Like, she didn't really care about anyone's opinions progressively through the show. And progressively seeing the show and watching the episodes as they come out, I didn't either. I didn't. And I don't anymore. I don't care about people's opinions of me. Not anymore. And like, Luce was trying to find her place in the demon realm. When I started school where I do now, like when I started the school I'm in now, I was trying to find like a group of people to be with, like somewhere I'd fit in that's not being considered weird. Which is what Luce was doing. She was trying to find her place in this new world she came in. And she found her people, I found my people. And that's why. Like, why I like Luce's character so much, why I think I can relate to it. Like, that show went on a very, ended up on a very personal level for me and a lot of other people. That's why so many people like this show so much, because the main, like one of the main plots of it is something like a lot of people can relate to. And I think that's really great. Now on to the last part of this video. I was actually going to do this for a different video, but I thought, while I'm on the topic of it, I might as well talk about watching and dreaming. So call this a review if you want to. I don't care. The arm in my chair just went down. So the episode starts, obviously, with the Collector's new game. No, actually, I just lied. The Collector trapped all of them in a nightmare. It was very sad. Luz had to fight her friends. You know, her worst fear is being considered like Belos, being like Belos. That's what hers was. Ida's was not... I guess not being able to protect her family. But, like... It could also be not being able to control the owl beast. That's what it looked like to me because of the owl beast. They kept calling her a beast, telling her beast stay in cages, like. And then her dad said that he forgave her, but it seems like she hurt him again. So, and then King's was, I guess. I don't understand what King's was. It was Bill saying, I guess he saw the rest of his kind and them extinct. But the character Bill, which is a Titan Trapper, the main one, he I guess tried to kill him. I didn't understand King's fear that much. So, after they broke out of the fear, Luz, Ida, and King met up again. It was very sad. Then they played the Collector's game, which actually didn't last nearly as long as I thought it would. And after that, the Collector got upset because they kept finding ways to win, and he kept seeing them bond, and like how they act as friends. And it made him upset. And when Luz Luz did talk to him, and the Collector explained his past, which is the archivists or his siblings told him, let's play hide and seek. Go see if the Titans want to play. Well, their main motive was to actually kill the Titans because they're scared. And that's what the Collector explained. He said he went down, he met all the baby Titans, it was very cute, he loved them, they were so nice. And the archivists slowly started taking the Titans and killing them. But the Collector didn't know exactly what he did with them. The Collector said they went missing. And then the big Titan, like the Boiling Isles Titan, he said the Collector said he thought the Collector did it. It was all his fault. By the way, when I say the Collector, I'm referring to the character the Collector. I know all of his whole race is called the Collectors, but there's the Collector, and then he calls his siblings the Archivists. So that's what I'm gonna call them when I refer to a different Collector. So when I say Collector, I'm talking about the main Collector, the one that's free right now, the one that's not dead. Okay, back to what I was saying now. Yeah. The Boiling Isles trapped him under, thinking that this was all his fault. Which it wasn't. But, so he hid King, and he trapped the Collector. After that, Luz started showing the Collector how her, King, and Ida became friends, proper friends. And Collector immediately thought that he forced them, to be friends with him. Or forced... The Collector thought Luz forced Amity and... He said someone else, I can't remember. He thought Luz, forced everyone to be her friend. She did not. She earned it. And yeah, Luz showed him. Meanwhile, Belos was fighting Rain and possessing the Titan. That was fun. The Collector eventually understood and became good. And then Belos Belos possessed the Titan and gained a lot of power. They went to fight him. The Collector tried to reason with Belos, because that's what he thought was right, which it is. And then Luz told him, the Collector said, I thought I was doing the right thing. And Luce said, you did good, but this is more complicated. Which basically she means that Belos can't be reasoned with. Belos is a dick. Full-on dick. But what happened was Belos tried to attack the Collector after, and Luce protected him, and because of that, Luce died. Like, okay, died. Luce got hit by something, and it killed her. She like, vaporized away, like Flapjack did. She turned into little particles of light. And unlike in Amphibia with Anne, we actually got to see everyone's reaction to it. Even on the Boiling Isles, like, her light passed through people, and they like, knew. It looked like they knew. Except for Amity. Camila knew, because as a puppet, you saw her crying. Speaking of puppets, everyone else, like Gus, Willow, Amity, Hunter, they were all saving the puppets. And their magic wasn't working because they were exhausted. Camila said they haven't gotten sleep in days. So, yeah. But so, Camila started drawing a ton of glyphs and giving them to everyone, and they were all saving all the puppets. And then the archive house started falling because Belos. But the Collector used his powers to keep it in the air so no one else gets hurt. Meanwhile, Ida and King were going insane because Luce died. Which, in the trailer, it was like they showed like a full-on beast form for the two, and I thought that was in Luce's nightmare, but apparently it wasn't. It's actually something they could do. And then Luce, in the in-between realm, saw King's dad, the Boiling Isles. And, long story short, he gave her a message to send to King, he gave her his powers, and he died. Which means the Titan is officially dead. Luce went back to the demon realm with this sick-looking Titan look. She could use the glyphs, like, without paper. She could make spell circles, properly use her talisman, scream like King. All of those things that Titans do. She was a true wild witch. And most people are calling it Titan Luce, which makes sense. She went off to fight Belos. Eventually they got into the heart. And Luce full-on just ripped Belos out of the heart. Like, grabbed his ribs and just bam. And that was awesome. Very awesome. And after that, Belos turned back into a human and tried to bullshit Luce by telling her, oh my god. He tried to bullshit Luce by telling her that he was cursed. Luce did not care. And he said, you can't kill me, humans are better than this. And then Ida, Rain, and King walked up and said, yeah, well, we aren't, and kicked him to death. Which was funny as all hell. Then there was a time skip. Well, okay, the powers Luce had went away, then there was a time skip. Luce finished college in the human realm, and is going to a college in a demon realm. By the time, so before the time skip, Luce was 14, Luce was 14, and she spent her 15, 16, and 17th birthday fixing the Isles. So by the time of that time skip, Luce is either 17 or 18, one of the two. So, Luce finished college in the human realm, and then went to a college that was in the demon realm for wild magic. And she saw everyone was doing their own thing, they were all doing great. Ida's the headmaster. They held a party for 3 of Luce's birthdays. And then, yeah, the Collector made a shooting star show, and then they broke the 4th wall to say bye. And that's watching and dreaming in a nutshell. Okay, so overall that episode is my favorite overall, 10 out of 10. A great series finale, like it was amazing, incredible. Seriously, if you're for some reason watching this without seeing the episode, go watch the episode. I don't know why you'd be watching it without seeing the episode, but still, go do that. That's really it from me. This video is nearly 30 minutes, 25 minutes right now, and I'm... This is gonna take me so long to edit. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watch this whole thing through, I don't normally make videos like this. I realize this won't take a lot of editing, because most of this is just my camera. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Slay Plays. I just dropped a Lego.